I want to talk to you about, guys, is some of the evidence that we find as we're out in the woods. I know a lot of people here have had Bigfoot encounters or have found evidence around their homes. Now, one thing you'll notice about this one, that's not a Bigfoot. Can anybody tell me what kind of track that is? See the toenails right there?
Bear.
It's a bear track. That's one I found up in the Occonookee River up around Ackerman here while I was up on a research trip. This was several years ago before I realized, hey, there's a lot of bears in Mississippi. And I walked down that river, I saw these tracks down there, I thought it might have been a Bigfoot track, and dang, that's a Bigfoot, not a Bigfoot track, it was a big around my hat. So that's a pretty good sized bear. Needless to say, that was before I started toting the pistol with me everywhere I went, and me and my wife, we left. I know they won't normally hurt you, but if you get between the mother and cubs, anything can happen, all bets are off. Any animals like that. You run across a sow pig, what's going to happen? She's got a bunch of little piglets there, she's going to hurt you. Alright, next up. Alright, when we're out in the woods looking for these things, this is an old rundown beat up shack, nobody had been in several years. Now, that's one of the places we'll actually go and try to find these creatures. If we're walking through and we see an old shack that's all growed up like that, that's one place. Every time we go, we're going to check that place out. They can get in there and they can get out of the weather. It's just like us. If it starts raining, what we're going to do? We're going to run for shelter every single time. I don't like getting wet, and neither do they. But they can get in there when it's cold and when it's raining, and it's just a good place that they feel safe and are protected at. Another place that these things will go. This was actually, I found this little cave, I guess about 4 or 5 weeks ago, up around Grenada, Mississippi. I had a gentleman call me. He had been having some things going on, and he saw something that was about 7.5 feet tall run across the road in front of him. Well, his wife, she gave me pure heck about it for about 3 or 4 days because she crossed that same road. And I'll be darned if there wasn't one standing on the side of the road. When he gets home, his wife is sitting there shaking, and she's got a Michelob Ultra in her hand. She's looking at, baby, it's noon. Why do you have a beer in your hand? You remember me giving you all that grief the other day? Yeah, I saw the same daggone thing you saw, standing on the side of the road. And she said she smelled this horrendous and god-awful smell, which these things will leave a stench on you at times. Now, obviously, they don't smell like it all the time, or we can track them down real quick. But I think, and a lot of the other people I know think, that they have a scent gland, kind of like a skunk. And actually some of the other apes, in the orangutan, don't they have a scent gland as well?
Gorilla.
And gorillas, they have a scent gland. They'll release that. It is to confuse you and scare you away. The first time it hit me, I was at a place called Monster Central over in northwest Louisiana. Any of you that have been around the Bigfoot very long, you've probably heard of Monster Central. My first day there, my wife's up there and she loves to set up camp, so she's up there setting up the tent. So I grabbed my bionic gear, I got my headpiece on, I walked down through the woods, and I walked into this wall, my eyes started watering, and it smells like a cross between a wet dog and something rotten. It's just a horrendous smell. And I got out of Dodge, I went and got my back, I went and got hurt. But you know, when I got back, that smell was gone. These caves are a little place that they'll, this was on a creek channel, and this went back in 4 or 5 feet in there, and as you can see right in through here, something has been going up in there. It's a good place for them to get out of the elements. Deer in the background.
Like that black thing, it looks like it has horns.
Nah, it's back in the back part of the cave back there. Alright. People say that the government does not believe these things exist. This map right here is an official survival guide from out in California from back in the 1960s. They would give it to the, I guess, the rangers or whoever was doing their training out there to let them know what kind of animals are in the area. You know, we start out, there's a shark, there's an orca or killer whale, Got sea urchin that's right over here. Puma. What's that? Official government map. See, got a Sasquatch on there. So at one point in time, the government was let people understand that these things are out there, which they've changed their tune on that a whole lot, which we don't understand why. We have our theories why the government does not want these things known. I know for a fact that the government knows they're real, but we don't have an official explanation for them. Alright. This is up in Delta National Forest. This is a cutout. You can buy these cutouts and you cut them out. It's like $15. You take it and you put it on a sheet of plywood and you cut it out and paint it. It's just weird that I had these encounters in this area and I was going investigating. This guy's got a Bigfoot on a pole and a mama and two baby cubs on other cutouts by their deer camp. We just thought that was real neat to actually see something like that. Why would these people even think to get a cutout of Bigfoot and put it at their camp unless something had been going on there? That's something that we look for. People doing things like that, that tells me that something has happened at that location. Alright. Here is a newspaper article. Huge footprints found in Mississippi by Corinth, Mississippi, 1976. I've got probably 2,000 newspaper articles that I've collected over several years. I actually bought in to a newspaper deal where I go into archives on all the different newspapers, and I've got all these, but these are just two good ones that I found to show you that these things have been in Mississippi a while. Look at the date on that. June 27th, 1868. What is it? And it talks about a half man, half ape-looking creature. So, that's, what, 150 years ago, something like that these things have been around Mississippi. Next up, I want to play you guys some audio. I've got audio and I've got some video clips as well. Yeah, I'm getting old and blind, so I had contacts and reading glasses. Come on. Alright, this is an actual recorded 911 phone call. I don't know exactly where it was. I've had this recording for years and I've seen it in several locations, but this is an actual recording that a guy had happen at his house, and he called 911.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something looks like a man. I don't know what it was, just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. So whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ, you bet. Sheriff, see up.
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right.
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he doing in your yard?
He's looking at me.
And the guy is on foot.
I don't know what, it's a big, real big person. That's all I can say.
Okay, but it is a person.
Yeah, I'd say it was a person, somebody really big. But he's all in black.
Is he a black male or a white male? Did you actually see whether, or was he just wearing black?
He's all black and he's big. He is big.
Alright, what we took out of that, the guy has lost dogs. Something's killing his animals at his house. It was big, we know that. He said that several times. Now, listen to him. He didn't want to say what he thought it was. He knows it wasn't a person. But he didn't want to sound like a nutcase talking to the police.